So the R word, recession, it's everywhere right now. With record high inflation and wages not keeping up with the skyrocketing cost of living, the world is currently in an economic downturn. And while not all countries globally are currently in a recession, the reason why the R word, recession, keeps getting thrown around so much is that all signs indicate that one could be happening very soon. And so it's times like these that people ask me, Sarah, is it even worth starting a business during a recession or an economic downturn? After all, aren't people pulling back and not spending their money? Why would I start a business now? And so when people say this to me, I say to them, you know what? There is never a better or more important time to start a business than during a recession. And there are two reasons why I strongly believe that. The first reason is that during a recession, if your only income comes from your job, your income is extremely vulnerable. And so I find it kind of ironic then when people say that it's safer to have a job than have a business, because when you have a business, you're in control of your financial future. When you have a job, you are handing over that control to someone else, your boss. And so, especially during an economic downturn or a recession, I think it's extremely wise for people to diversify their income and not just rely on a job. But secondly, it's secretly actually a really great time to start a business because of something that Warren Buffett famously said. A rising tide floats all boats. Only when the tide goes out do you discover who's been swimming naked. And it's true, if you start a business when the economy is booming, it can be very deceptive. For example, let's take the recent 2021 economic boom, which was arguably propped up by people having artificial cash inflations from COVID-19 support payments. During this economic boom, people were willing to pay up to $3.4 million for an AI-generated image of an ape, i.e. an NFT. But now, just 1 year after that sale, when inflation is starting to bite and support payments have stopped, the NFT market, which was booming during 2021, has completely popped and their sales have plummeted by 99%. When people have lots of money, all businesses, even businesses built on shaky foundations, such as businesses built upon selling very expensive AI-generated JPEGs of apes, do well. And so lots of people jump all in and invest all of their money into these shaky businesses, only to have the businesses crash and fail when the economy has a downturn and their lives are ruined. Which is why starting a business during a recession or an economic downturn is actually really great, because if your business succeeds, then you know that it's built on a strong foundation. And then you'll be in a great position so that when the economy turns up again, your business will be there ready to take advantage of that growth and earn even more money. And so in this video, I wanted to show you some industries which have shown themselves to be recession-proof and show you different types of businesses that you can start in them to earn money now. And I have picked a wide range because I personally believe that it is easiest to start a successful business doing something that you enjoy. And so I highly recommend watching the entire video, because even if some of the ideas on this list don't interest you, chances are at least one will inspire you. So let's get started with the first one. 1. Sustainable necessities like food and clothes. So one helpful tool that you can use to help you choose a business to start during a recession or a downturn is the psychological theory of Maslow's hierarchy of needs. This theory shows how people prioritize their spending based upon how much money they have. And so, of course, during times of plenty, people will spend money in the top 2 tiers: self-actualization and esteem. NFTs are a great example of this. No one really needs to own digital art, and so it really falls into those top 2 tiers of spending: self-actualization and esteem. However, here's the thing, right? When money gets tight, you have to prioritize the bottom 2 tiers instead of the top 2 tiers. And so instead of buying things like NFTs, people instead prioritize their spending towards necessities like food and clothing. Because you think about it, right? You always need food to eat and you always need clothes to wear. So that makes sense, right? But what about sustainable necessities? Because on the surface of it, sustainable necessities seem unnecessary, right? After all, while you could buy a more expensive eco-friendly Bala Canvas 100% cotton t-shirt, you could instead just buy a cheap China-made t-shirt made out of polyester and it'll do the same job, right? Which is why during the last 2008 recession, analysts expected that sales for sustainable products would fall. However, this turned out not to be true, and in fact the opposite happened. Sales grew faster for sustainable products compared to their traditional counterparts. And so why was this? Well, if we come back again to Maslow's hierarchy of needs, we can see that environmental disasters directly threaten people's physiological needs. Therefore, to me, consumers, sustainable products aren't just considered a luxury, they're considered a necessity. And so one way that you can sell sustainable necessities online is to do what I do and set up a print-on-demand store. For example, I sell eco-friendly Bella Canvas t-shirts. Bella Canvas is a non-sweatshop USA-focused clothing manufacturer that meets the WRAP environmental standards. To sell these t-shirts, I just came to this print-on-demand app Printful, and I went through their eco-friendly catalogue and chose which items I wanted to sell. Then I just uploaded my picture onto it and Printful saved it in their database. And then I listed it for sale. And now each time somebody buys a t-shirt from me, Printful automatically sees the order and goes, yep, let's print it. Their local USA print shop prints my t-shirt and then ships it out to the customer domestically, while I get to keep the difference as profit. And if you're interested in learning how I and others sell print-on-demand products to earn money every day, you should be sure to download my free $10,000 a month print-on-demand ebook, which I'll have a link to in the video description below. 2. DIY products and crafts. So here's the thing about gifts. If we head back to Maslow's hierarchy of needs, you can see that gifts don't fall into the bottom two tiers. Instead, it really falls into that third tier of love and belonging. And so that means that in terms of spending priorities, the gifts are sort of sitting in the middle there between necessities and luxuries. And so a lot of people will still want to spend money on gifts, but some people are going to choose to cut their expenditure on it. Which is why during the last recession in 2008, sales at craft stores boomed because yes, people still wanted to give gifts, but some people were looking for cheaper alternatives. And creating your own crafty gift is a great way to do that. And the great thing is that now, unlike back in 2008, anyone can these days sell their own craft products online for free. And that is thanks to Etsy. Set up an Etsy store and create and sell downloadable digital products that people can print off and turn into their own fun crafty gifts. For example, take this downloadable poster set. When you buy this, you get a zip file that contains a bunch of picture files that you can then print off and turn into your own poster set. And if you check out the reviews for it, you'll see that people have been purchasing this downloadable digital file so that they can create their own poster set for a fraction of what it would have cost them to buy their own posters in a store. Which is why they have been very popular. In fact, using the Etsy research tool Allure, we can see that it estimates that this downloadable digital poster set has made over $16,000. Wow. 3. Garage sale flippers. So when I say flippers, I don't mean these sorts of flippers, I mean people who flip secondhand stuff for a living. Yes, it turns out that during the last recession, thrift sales did amazing business and their sales boomed. And it's because during recessions, people will gravitate towards used products as a cheaper alternative. And it's something that, as I've shared on this channel, I used to do as a teenager to make money. My specialization was in retro video games, and my method was simple but effective. Each week, I'd take a look at my local newspaper where people would list their upcoming garage sales that they were having for the week. But of course, this was before social media, and so nowadays it's way easier to find upcoming garage sales using Facebook's Marketplace and Craigslist. But yes, each weekend as a teenager, I'd bike to local garage sales and find retro video games that were priced low. My biggest tip there is that you want to get to garage sales bright and early so that you can pick through the products before anyone else does. And so each time I found a cheap video game or console, I would buy it and then just relist it online and flip it for a really nice profit. Doing this as a teenager as a side hustle, I made thousands of dollars every year. And you know what? It's even easier to do it now than it was back then, because nowadays eBay gives you up to 250 free listings a month. And plus, if you are flipping clothing, you can list it on ThreadUp and Poshmark too. The key if you want to start a business like this is that you want to choose an item like bikes or collectibles or designer clothing where only a small group of people know the true value of the products. So collectible retro games for me were a perfect product because unless you are a retro game fan, you would have no idea what they were worth. So parents who were cleaning out their house after their kids went off to college would sell the retro games that they left behind for low prices, not realizing their true worth, which I got to take advantage of to earn thousands of dollars every year. 4. Online education. So here's what history has shown us. When a recession hits, education booms. So much so that the US labor statistics show that during the last recession, the post-secondary industry saw a 9% growth, which was higher than any other consumer industry. And it's because, as we've established, people find out during recessions that jobs aren't quite as safe as they once thought they were, and so they want to upskill themselves. And increasingly, unlike during the 2008 recession, now people are using user-generated video platforms like YouTube to learn new skills instead of using traditional methods like colleges and universities, which represents a great opportunity for entrepreneurs. For example, take this TikTok user that I've highlighted on this channel before, Miss Excel. She makes TikTok videos sharing tips and tricks on using Microsoft Excel. Well, she revealed in an interview that she's made up to and over $100,000 a month selling her digital courses. Wow. And another way that you can create money from educational videos is to do what I do and create videos around apps and software that have affiliate programs. For example, I created an educational YouTube Shorts video showcasing how to use Canva to create digital products, and I included an affiliate link for Canva in the video description. And while people click on that link, and then if they go and purchase a paid Canva subscription, I earn a commission on the sale. And every month I earn thousands of dollars in affiliate commissions from Canva. 5. Pets. So during the last 2 recessions, the pet industry experienced steady growth despite the economic downturns. So not only does this show that the pet industry has historically been recession-proof, but if you take a look at pet trends, more people are adopting pets and they're spending more money on their pets than ever before. And that's because for many people, myself included, we don't just see pets as pets. We see them as important members of our families. And so that means then that if we come back to Maslow's hierarchy of needs, that products that support our pets' physiological needs are viewed as absolute necessities, just like I would view products as absolute necessities if they supported my physiological needs, like food and clothing. Which is why pet services such as dog walking and house sitting are booming, and why pet services such as dog walking are completely booked out and are struggling to keep up with the ever-growing demand. And so if you'd like to take advantage of this industry and set up your own pet service business, it's super easy to list your services for sale on apps like Rover and Wag. 6. The creator economy. So you don't just have to make educational videos to earn money online. The creator economy refers to how these days normal, average, everyday people are earning money by uploading fun, viral videos. Yep, gone are the days where if you wanted to make money from video content, you had to be a star on a TV show. Now anybody can film, edit and upload videos straight from their mobile phone and get paid cash for them. And despite the economic downturn, small video creators online are still earning lots of money for their content. Yes, YouTube's latest quarterly revenue report revealed that advertising revenue continued to grow year on year despite the recent economic downturn. And for TikTok, their revenue isn't just increasing, it is exploding. And so the creator economy is showing itself to be very recession-proof. So how can you start earning money in the creator economy too? Well, there are 2 main strategies I recommend that you focus on. The first is to take advantage of mobile video cash payout programs, such as the YouTube Creator Cash Fund, TikTok's Cash Fund, and soon YouTube is even going to let you make YouTube AdSense money from your YouTube Shorts videos. To earn the most money from these programs, you're going to want to focus on making fun videos that get the most views, since you usually get paid more money for the more views that you get in them. And luckily, creating viral videos is now so much easier than it used to be thanks to mobile video platforms like YouTube Shorts. Take this YouTube Shorts video here. It's had over 6 million views in just 2 months. And it is just a simple video of somebody writing out a logic puzzle. However, it's done so well and gone so viral because lots of people really enjoy logic puzzles. And the second strategy is to make videos about products that you sell. For example, this TikTok creator here makes and sells their own mobile phone cases, and they have lots of viral videos showcasing them, such as this one here, which has had over 1 million views. Now, 1 million views is not as many as 6 million views. However, because they're selling products from them, the amount of money that they earn per view is higher. And remember, it's also much easier these days to make and sell your own products online, such as your own custom phone cases using print-on-demand apps like Printful. 7. The trades. So let me ask you a question. You're at home and you're cooking a meal, and then suddenly your oven stops working. Wow, where do you think spending money to hire someone to fix your oven would sit on Maslow's hierarchy of needs? Obviously, it would sit somewhere in the safety or physiological needs categories. And so businesses in the trades such as movers, plumbers, electricians, home repairs, gardeners, that sort of thing, they continue to do great business even during a recession. And starting your own business in the trades these days is super easy thanks to apps like TaskRabbit, where you can list yourself as a tasker. I checked it out on Reddit and saw that lots of taskers were revealing how they have quit their jobs and earn way more money doing this, which is super cool. 8. Weddings. Now, while admittedly some of the spending with weddings may seem like an unnecessary purchase, they have historically proven to be a recession-proof industry because people lock in their weddings well in advance. I mean, think about it, right? Unlike, say, a vacation, which you can usually cancel for a small fee, with weddings, you put down huge deposits that you lose if you cancel. And so most people just decide to go ahead of it regardless of a recession. And this is especially true right now, as there are a record number of weddings booked. And the reason being for that is because COVID-19 caused a lot of people to have to cancel their weddings in 2020 and 2021. And so they postponed it to now, which is why many wedding venues around the world are completely booked out for 2023 already. Now, some of you might be thinking, well, geez, Sarah, it's all well and good for people who own vineyards to earn money from hosting weddings, but I don't have that. The lucky thing is that you don't need a vineyard to earn money from weddings. Nope, you can instead just come to Etsy and create a free store. This is one of the most popular websites that people come to buy products to help them plan and organize their weddings. Take, for example, these wedding invitations. The Etsy Research Allure app estimates that they've made nearly $30,000 US. And it's also a great niche to sell print-on-demand merch like mugs. For example, Allure estimates that these mugs have made over $50,000, which is pretty cool. So then, did my video inspire you? If it did, please subscribe and click that little notification bell so that you don't miss out on any of my uploads.